Welcome everybody to Mr. DMAP Dev here today. In this video, we're going to be doing some dev updates.
Stream starting.
Oh, started.
And 3, 2, 1.
Welcome everybody to Mr. DMAP Dev here today. In this video, we're going to be doing some dev updates. Okay, start the stream.
It is starting!
Okay, so we just found a glitch. Our rectangles are supposed to look like this when they actually, for forests, look like that. The reason is, the reason is when we set the size in here, what it's doing is trying to scale that mini version, scaling it up, but that results in bad quality because it's like stretching it out. Also, since we didn't scale to a perfect square, it's just scaled badly. We're actually supposed to set the width and height in the canvas itself. So where's that canvas? Right here.
You're like, oh, that's
As
bad
attributes.
to do.
Yeah,
That's bad to do. Oh, so we just got rid of all this idea.
No! Why would you do that? Width and height.
Oh, no.
Yes, why would you do that? You're gonna get hacked. Everyone hack Forrest, he just put his... He's about to put something in there.
No. And
Hack Forrest. No!
Delete the stream.
No. Forrest, you're not gonna get hacked.
Yes, I am!
No, you aren't.
Do you know what that is?
Your key, but no one was watching. Oh, someone's watching.
Stop!
Please don't hack
3 people
Forrest.
watching! Yes!
Okay, guys, do not hack Forrest.
No! Stop!
Hi, here is the link to the website.
No, I can't believe that I just posted my password.
Why would you say that?
I just posted my password to if anybody on my class could just, like, anyone who's watching.
Two watching, you just kick someone out.
What? I kicked someone. The stream is limited time. After it's gonna get deleted. After it's done.
Yeah. So watch. Okay. No, that.
That's the
Okay. So set some width and height attributes to make it look good. Did you?
Oh, I don't want to do that again.
How many VX? Command V. Command V.
No!
Why did you put something else on your clipboard?
Good.
Oh.
What are you doing?
Command Shift V. Do you have an idea what this will do? I'll paste Shift and key, but I'm not going to do it.
Wait, really?
Yeah, but I'm not going to do
What
it.
does it do?
It 2 clipboards ago.
Okay.
The clipboard has a history.
There.
Now do Command Shift V. See? 2 clipboards ago.
And then.
2 more. No, that's both 2 clipboards ago. You didn't know? Okay. Yeah, so now, what's the width and height? Go ahead and set that.
It's poo.
How many px? Now let's test it out and see how much better your rectangle will look. Don't open a browser, you already have it. Boom, solid rectangle, just like his.
It was all the way on the bottom.
These coordinates over here are going to be pretty fun, even if it is bounce off walls and so forth. But this is going to be the first step. We first need to be able to draw the actual objects on the screen. So that's going to be it for those some folks who successfully learned how to clear a canvas, how to resize it, is
What?
She just is hungry for the views.
welcome everyone. This is another first course we also now the end goal here is still to create amazing visuals, but there's only so much we can create with just rectangles and squares. To get the most out of our visuals, we need to understand the full extent as to what objects we can draw and how to draw them. Name some. With the canvas we can draw rectangles, lines, arcs which we can use to also create circles, Bezier curves, images, and text. So for the sake of time, we're not going to be covering how to draw all of these within this course, but we will be covering those which are most widely used, which are the first 3.
Yes.
Rectangles, lines, and arcs.
Yes.
Once we have a solid
we can have a line tool.
Yeah.
Where you click 2 spots and it draws a line
In
between.
regards to how to draw these 3 shapes, we'll be moving into some programming 101, where I'll show you how to efficiently create hundreds of these shapes at once using only a couple lines of code.
Loops.
Easy.
So
Draw.
without further ado,
Draw.
let's get to
Draw
work.
function.
Still number
Draw
2
function goes up over and over and over. Or while loops.
on the canvas.
I don't think there's a draw function in here. Hopefully there's not.
Alright, welcome back
Why?
everyone.
Because I
So
don't like
this is
draw
where we
loops.
left off in the
I just
last
like
episode.
Whatever
As you
you
can
put
see
in.
here, we drew a few rectangles on the screen, and we also resized our canvas to fit the entire width and height of the browser. So as I mentioned, there are quite a few different objects that we can draw on the canvas, but we are only going to be focusing on the lines and arcs, which we can use to draw circles, mainly for time's sake. So I would love to show you guys everything, but unfortunately, if this video is short, we can only focus on a few things at once. But nevertheless, the lines and the arcs and circles are some of the most widely used pieces that we can draw on the canvas. And if you'd like to learn how to draw any of the other objects I listed in the link, you can go back. So let's go ahead and comment a section out so we can keep a path.
What?
Lines.
All this to draw a
When we wanted to
line?
get started with drawing a line, we're first going to need to grab our magic C variable, and we are going to begin a path. This is basically an indicator for Canvas saying, okay, we want to start a path. Do not connect this path to anything preceding. So we declare to Canvas we want to begin a path, but now we need to actually declare where on the canvas we want our path to start. So we are going to say C.move2, and move2 takes an X and a Y coordinate for its arguments. So we're going to start off our line somewhere over here. So that means our X coordinate would be around 50 pixels, and our Y coordinate would be around, I think this is around 300 pixels. So our point is basically over here, and if we refresh the page, you're not going to see anything, because this point is invisible until we call a stroke method. As soon as we call the stroke method, then you'll start to see a line from a point to point. So now that we have our starting point, we can go ahead and create a line to a new point. So to create a line to a new point, we're going to say C.line2, and then this is going to be an X and a Y coordinate, which specifies where we want our line to go to. So if we want to,
we don't need lines. Let's just fast forward through this.
It's a little off on the coordinate.
Oh, see that?
So to call the stroke method, we're going to say C.stroke.
So it begins a path, then we have to call move2 to show where it starts, then we have to put line2 to show where it ends, then we have to stroke it and it fills it in.
Save that. And now when we refresh the page, we're going to see, okay, it's a little off on the coordinates, but we now have a line extending from one point to another. And we can continue drawing on this line by adding more C.line2s.
Oh, so you can make like,
something like 400.
Yay, look!
Nice.
300.
And then you can like make the line go like a bunch of places.
And now you see we're extending our
Nice.
Let's delete that. No, let's just comment this out.
line to another point.
Yeah, so that we don't have to watch this tutorial again. Oh, so this can be like the file that shows us how to do all the different canvas stuff. So
now something else I'd like to cover is how to add colors to canvas.
it's command right slash. But delete that. It's command right slash.
This is our shapes.
Colors.
So to add colors to our lines, it's actually quite simple.
You have to like, set
for our
colors
stroke method, we
or
need
fill.
to add a property called stroke style.
Oh.
And stroke style is going to be equal to any CSS color. So it can be an RGBA value, like so, or it can be a text color value, like blue,
or hex.
Or it can be a hexadecimal value. And it'll work with anyone.
You just memorize this
If I
hex
put in a
values.
random hexadecimal value here, and let's add a semicolon under that just to be safe, you can see we have a lovely pink line being created instead of the black one as we had previously. So this is how we change the color for our lines using a stroke style property. But how do we change the colors for our filled rectangles? Well, to change the color for our filled rectangles, we need to add a fill style property rather than a stroke style property.
This is basically advanced processing.
Fill style. And this is going to be equal to a CSS color value as well. So it can be RGBA.
So much different than like.
And let's make this red. We're going to say 255.00.
That's easy.
And then we're going to add an alpha value of just 0.1.
Alpha value is that opacity.
And if we refresh the page, you can now see we have a very, very light red rectangle instead of that harsh black rectangle as we saw earlier. And if we want to change this, let's go ahead and bump this up a little bit so we can see it better. Alright, so now we have 3 rectangles that are semi-transparent. But what if we want to change just one of these rectangles, so only one of our rectangles is semi-transparent? Well, we can change the colors for all these
set the fill
rectangles
style
by preceding
after the
them with
first
different
rectangle.
fill styles. The fill vector is going to take and change this last one, the green line, different color rectangles, and I encourage you to play around with this. Go ahead and create some rectangles. Go ahead and create some lines with different colors. Kind of really get a feel for things, because that's where you're going to learn those. Because when you're actually playing around on your own, trying to figure out, okay, how do I do this? What's the problem? How do I solve it on my own? That's when the knowledge is really going to be retained. So I really highly encourage you to play around with this for a little bit before we move on to the arc section. So let's go ahead and learn how to create an arc with canvas. We're going to be using arcs to create circles, because once we create an arc that is 360 degrees around, that's where we get our circle. So to create an arc...
Wait, is there a new stream link that you should post in the Discord?
Yeah.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think I should do it.
Arc. We're going to need this.
We are going to say C.
Wait, why do we need arcs? Oh yeah, to draw the
An
dot.
arc takes quite a few arguments.
Whoa.
So it takes an X value and it takes a Y value. So let's go ahead and place it...
Type C.arc and then press tab. Tab. No. A tab. What? Do. It's not going to autofill us.
Huh?
It's not going to
somewhere over here. Let's just go ahead and say 300. 300. And it takes a radius. So let's give it a radius of 30 for now. And it takes
let's see. So all the inputs.
Somewhere over here. Let's just go ahead and say...
So first, wait, just write this out. So we have X, Y, we have Z.
That's R.
No. Oh yeah, X, Y, and then radius. Then we have start, angle. We'll figure that. We'll figure out what that is. And angle counterclockwise.
Writing.
All the parameters for arc. So now we know how to make an arc. So this is how we make an arc. We pass in all these things. So let's actually make it.
So let's go ahead and place it somewhere over here. Let's just go ahead and save it.
Yeah,
300. 300. And it takes a radius. So let's give it a radius of 30 for now. And it takes something called the start angle and an end angle. Now, the start and end angle properties don't take degrees, they take radians. Essentially, the start angle property says at what angle would we like to start drawing the arc, while the end angle property says how long would we like the arc to go on for. If you're unfamiliar with radians, I recommend pausing the video and checking out the Khan Academy link in the video's description. Salman Khan does a terrific job in making this topic, which may seem complex at first, very simple to understand. Alright, so now that we know a little bit about radians, we have our start angle, which declares where do we want our arc to start.
We see 0 to 180, or 0 to 360.
We want our arc to start at an angle of 0.
Yeah.
And we want our arc to end at a radian of math, pi times 2, because that will give us...
Not dot. You have E0 dot.
Where? Oh.
No, it's still wrong. No, Forrest. Forrest, don't look at this. Don't look at that. You're inputting parameters. You need the X, the Y, the radius. Do you know what radius is?
Yeah.
First of all, I have spaces after each of these. X and the Y is where it is on the screen. Radius is how thick it is. Start angle
is where like
start angle. So you know how a circle is 0 to 180, 90, no 0, 90, 180, like I don't know, and then 360. Yeah, 270 and then 360. Start angle is where in that circle it starts. Then
Yeah,
so if we have a start angle,
No.
so if we have a start angle of 90 and then an end angle of 360, it'll have like a circle but with the top right and top missing. So we want a start angle of 0, and then all this math stuff is just a way to write like 360. But it's a different parameter, so you need a comma to separate those two parameters. Okay. Not the
Plus the full arc. That'll give us an angle that extends all the way from the beginning to the very end of our circle.
What's
So
the next
draw
parameter?
counterclockwise, that just specifies which direction should the arc actually be drawn in.
No, why'd you enter? Why'd you press enter? You just need to add another parameter. Oh, Mr. Milan is here. And
And his ult account. Oh, those are the 3 people watching. Aww.
no, he would have commented earlier. That was before. Okay. Forest.
Yeah.
You have to have commas separating each of your parameters. Okay. No, you don't. You just write false or true.
For our purpose, it's not a huge deal which one we choose, so we're just going to say false.
Draw counterclockwise is saying if we should draw this way or that way. Does it matter if we're filling in a whole circle? No. Okay, let's try that.
So now, it's not going to be drawn counterclockwise.
Okay, let's try this.
Oh.
Clockwise.
Oh,
Now
we have to like do
this,
stroke
we
or
actually
something.
have created an outline for an arc. Just an outline. So if you refresh the page, you're not going to see anything. Because like I said, we just have an outline for it, but we need to fill that outline in using a stroke or a fill property. So we're going to say C, that's stroke. And with that in place, we now have a full circle being drawn. But you'll also notice we just created a line from our last path, or last line 2, that is connecting to our circle.
Oh, you have to do no. I bet you have to do no stroke
We don't
or
want
something.
that. And that's where this begin path method comes in. We want to make sure that we're proceeding any arc or any line with this begin path method, because it's going to separate the two and prevent them from connecting to each other.
We need a
So
fill.
do begin path before it. Do a begin path before the arc.
To refresh the page with begin path there, we can see now our circle is separated from our line, and we are good to go. So now that we know how to give our strokes and arcs colors, let's go ahead and give our arc a different stroke style.
This is also going to be less
And
laggy.
let's
than
just go
most.
ahead and use a text color for this one. We're just going to say blue. Alright, so these are the bare basics. We know how to draw rectangles, we know how to draw lines, connect the lines, and we know how to draw a circle and arcs basically. And we also know how to change their stroke colors and their fill colors. And this may not look great at the moment, I agree with you. This does not look great at all. But as I mentioned, these are the main building blocks we need to create any amazing canvas piece. Once we start using colors and start animating these guys and creating multiple shapes, that's when the pieces will really start to come together, and that's when we'll really start having fun and creating really eye-appealing visuals. So let's not leave off on that. Let's go ahead and ask ourselves a question. What if we wanted to create hundreds of circles? How would we go about doing that?
Draw function.
Well, I guess if we look at our code, what we could do is we can copy and paste our circle
Oh,
code
it's just going to do a for loop.
100 times, but you can see that's going to get out of hand really quickly. We would have to change the coordinates for each of these over and over again, and that is just a maintenance nightmare. You do not want to do that if you're creating multiple circles. So let me go ahead and show you how to create multiple circles using for loop.
You can hear us.
So if you're new to for loops,
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, we already know how to do for loops.
hang on, fuck that.
Blah blah blah.
That means
blah, blah, blah,
You don't know
blah.
how to do that, man.
Yes, I do.
Let's go ahead and
Okay,
change.
make a for loop that loops 100 times and does some and prints console.logs high 100 times. Hey! No! Oh come on, man. This is not.
No, I know how it works. So this is like the variables that you're gonna add, and then this is like what you want to change, and this is how long you want it to be, or in a different order.
This is how long you want it to be. And this is how you're just, okay, good.
Let's look like after this.
I'm
I just
better
wanna
at
see what it
wild
looks like.
loops. I'm better at wild loops.
Wilds are easy. It's just wild and then whatever you want inside. Here.
Like I said, it depends.
Whoa!
400, and we can even go as high as maybe 2,400.
See, do you see how instant that was? It doesn't even lag at all
Screen.
to make 2,400 circles.
Now, if I go any higher, then the computer will probably start to lag
Okay,
because
then-
it's drawing so many circles, and it can't actually handle that computationally. So I actually encourage you to play around with this as well. It's really fun.
No,
I'll
I'm-
start changing the X and Y about. See
You
what
can
kind of
talk.
stuff you can come up with.
On,
Start
no.
bringing lines
We're
and
probably
gonna
end
randomize
soon.
the values of
Yeah,
these
we're gonna
lines,
have to go
randomize the
bite.
values of the rectangles. And this is
We're gonna bike really soon. We're just like trying to get a little bit of coding in.
It's exactly what you need to do to start creating good-looking, procedurally generated animation. I challenge you, as a challenge to you, before we start heading on over once and all.
4 people watching.
3. It just switched to 40 feet.
Oh.
Okay, JS canvas, have to draw a circle. Now we understand some more stuff, so let's figure out how to fill that circle. Okay, so we get the context, we set X and Y, we set radius, we begin path, then we have an arc, line width, stroke style. Oh, we have to do no stroke. Oh no, this isn't filled. We already know how to do that. Let's see if any of them are filled. Okay, oh, fill. We have to do context dot. We have to do c dot fill style.
Yes, it worked. It worked. It worked.
We have to do after the arc. We have to do c dot fill style. Capital. Remember how in coding we always have that. And then we set it to. No, we don't. It's not a function. It's just equals. It's a variable. Equals. So what do we want to fill it with? Blue, because the outside is blue. Okay, and then we do c dot fill.
Wait, can you put cyan?
Try. Now do c dot fill. Yeah, you can. No. Now you have to do c dot fill. Okay, try that. No, it's a function.
Oh, so.
Wait, stroke style. Okay, save that and run it. Nice. So we have a circle. So now we have to figure out JS canvas draw function. Maybe. No. JS canvas how to run a forever loop.
Yeah, sure. Minecraft tomorrow on 1:30 craft.
Okay,
sure.
So you said you know how to do a while loop. Do while true. Would you know what while true is? While true is just run forever. When the mouse is moved, then whenever you move the mouse, whether your mouse is pressed or not, it'll just fire, right? So what we need to do is when the mouse is pressed, then we have a variable that gets set to true. When the mouse is not pressed, we have a variable that gets set to false. Are you connecting it? We have a variable that gets set to false.
Oh, it worked.
Okay, good. Okay, so Forrest. Okay, I'm deleting this tab.
Why?
Okay, Forrest.
Yeah.
When the mouse is pressed, we just set that variable to true. Tell me why we're setting it to true when the mouse is pressed. No! When the mouse is pressed, set isMouseDown to true. Of course, it's so simple. You said you were a pro at JavaScript, and you can't even do this. How do you not see it? It's literally on line 18 for us.
What?
We already have an event listener for mouse down.
Okay, I still don't understand. Why is this here?
You put it there. When the mouse is pressed, set isMouseDown to true.
I know I'm not.
Maybe Milan should come help us if Forrest can't code it. Forrest.
Yeah?
Do you know why I want this variable isMouseDown? Okay, I'm deleting this tab. Do you know why I want this variable isMouseDown? I'm turning off the monitor. Do you know why I want this variable? You can't even make a drawing app, Forrest!
Okay, what?
Do you know why we have isMouseDown? Why do we have that variable?
Because when the mouse is down, we want to draw.
Yes. Why can't we just put if mouse is down, then draw a circle where the mouse X and mouse Y are?
Oh.
Yeah, why don't you just do that?
Because then it's just not where the mouse is moved. You need to also be moved.
So, but why don't we just have an event listener for mouse moved and then draw a circle whenever mouse is moved?
Because then because we want it to be when the mouse is down and it is moved.
Yeah. So how do we make two things happen? If the mouse is down, so we also have canvas. We can just copy this actually. We have mouse down, and then we also need. Oops. We need mouse up. Mouse up. Mouse up. So when the mouse is down, this gets set to false. When the mouse is mouse down. When the mouse is down, this gets set to true. When the mouse is up, it gets set to false. Then, in our last event listener, in mouse moved, we can check if it's true or false, and then based on that, we can draw or not draw.
Oh.
So do that. Just explain exactly how.
I still don't understand.
What do you not understand?
I don't understand what you're saying because you say it really fast.
Okay. This fires whenever the mouse is pressed once. Like whenever you press the mouse, then it fires once, right?
This?
No, the mouse down one. This fires whenever you lift the mouse up. Right?
Yep.
So, first things first, set is mouse down to either true or false based on if the mouse is down or if the mouse is up. No, we already defined the variable. It's not called that.
It's
Yeah. No. It's just equal to true.
Oh, this is.
Why'd you have two is mouse downs?
Oh, this is so.
It's
this,
not
Do
complicated.
you know this is done? I'm quoting processing JavaScript.
Forrest, this is just setting a variable to true. To set, do you know how to set a variable? You type the variable name, then you type equals, then you type whatever
This is
you want
from
to
the
set to it.
processing JS library. That's what I know.
This is not from processing. We switch from processing to just JavaScript. So to set in any coding language, to set a variable, you type the variable name, then you type equals, then you type whatever you want, whether it's a string, whether it's a boolean is true or false, whether it's 1 or 0,
I
like
know
in
what a
hopscotch.
boolean is.
Okay, so we're having that boolean be true or false. So in here, we set it to false. Wow, copy and pasting literally like 20 characters. And now at the end let's put a while loop. While true. First let's delete this, or like comment it out.
Why?
Because I don't know, maybe it'll mess it. Good job.
Oh.
Command right slash. Okay, so now under here, put a while loop, while true. I would copy and paste it, or you can type it to get practice, but it's kind of confusing how to do like function.
Function EBT.
You don't have to do EBT. EBT is just to get information from the event. Okay, now mouse move. So now I'm gonna make you do this on your own. I'm not gonna help you at all. When the mouse is moved, how do you make it? How do we know if the mouse, if it's pressed or if it's not pressed? When the mouse is moved, how do we know if the user is pressing it or is not pressing it? Remember, this is called rapidly every time you move your mouse.
Wait, is mouse down equals?
Just delete all this from. This is just from up here. How about log mouse up if when you're dragging it the mouse is up, log mouse down if when you're dragging it the mouse is down. Also, we don't need these anymore. Okay. Tell me if you need it. If you have any specific questions, I'll help you with them.
Do we use if statements?
Yes. Good.
Okay, I thought that, but every single time I tried to use an if statement.
Yeah. No. Now we need one. Oh no. Where's the if statement gonna go? Whenever the mouse is moved.
Oh no, not if true. If mouse down. Oh, if mouse down equals true.
Okay. So this will work. Actually, I can just let you keep doing this. This will work. You don't even have to have true. If is mouse down, since it's a boolean, this just means true. So you're on that would have worked too.
Yeah.
You just don't have to even include true.
And
No, we don't need ands.
for and oh, if
Because
mouse
this is
moves.
yeah. Now do you get it? So whenever the mouse is
Okay.
moved, then if the mouse is down, so if the mouse is moved and down, what do we do?
Then
No, we don't need an arg. You're getting way ahead. Just console.log it first to make sure it's working. So we don't just fill up the page with 24 million arcs somehow. Okay, and now if it's not down, then we log. Oh no. We don't log is mouse down.
I know.
We log a string called no. We log a string called.
Da-da. Why does it do that?
Because you added an extra thing, so it's all this line is invalid. Whoa, that was really quick. Look, it's already rendering it. That was like less than 10 seconds.
Oh, nice.
You literally can type anything you want. You could like poop is down or like mouse is down or whatever you want. Okay, good. So now we just have to remember poo-sa-doo-sa-doo-sa-doo means mouse is down. Now, do you know how to make an else? Because if mouse is down, if mouse is not down, yeah.
Oh, come on! Henry, I tried to press enter to like...
We need some brackets. Or
Stop doing that!
okay, stream's up. Alt D. I use Alt D all the time.
What does that do?
It selects the search bar. Like Alt D and you can type something. Okay.
What is going on? Why does it keep going down?
No idea.
Maybe the includer
Okay, so now we have the mouse position, and now let's log it. Instead of draw now, log the mouse position. Or just say, like, draw now at this mouse position, or just log the mouse position. So, yeah. Good. Now delete all those random spaces. Also, you actually want a space before the else. Okay, save that, run it, and let's see if we can get those mouse positions. Don't draw. But oh, okay. Get mouse pause is not defined. Get mouse pause is not defined. To get the mouse coordinates relative to an HTML canvas, we can create a get mouse pause method.
Oh, we didn't put...
Oh, we have to define it. Function. We have to make a function up before all these event listeners. Let's make a function. To make a function, you type function. Yeah, function name. Name it that. Okay. No. Yeah, that. No. Yeah, there. Get mouse pause, and then it takes in canvas, comma, EVT. Those are the parameters that you need to pass in. Okay. Make sure you have spaces after your commas.
I don't think you need that.
You don't need it, but it looks nicer.
Yeah.
Okay, now inside of here, we have the body, just like Sublime Text. Thank you, Sublime Text. You don't need that. Okay. So let's see what it's doing. It's creating a rect. This is so complicated just to get the mouse position. It needs to create a rect. Okay, whatever. Let's just do what it says. I would just copy and paste this if we were on the same monitor, but just do exactly this stuff. I'll just type it. Var rect msrect equals.
If only you could just copy all that.
Yeah. Bounding client rect. I don't know what this is. Okay. Return x evt dot. Okay, I'm going to. Do you remember lists from Python? How you could like have like a bracket and then.
Yeah, my list equals. Blah, blah.
Yeah. Do you know how you could have a bracket to access like the first or second element of it?
Yeah.
We're gonna make the return in a list. So.
I know what the return is. It like takes something from this and like brings it out.
Yeah. So if we set something equal to the function, whatever this variable is the return.
Bro, I can't believe I have so much more to learn.
Yeah, I know, you have so much to learn. Most of this is just general coding stuff that you would learn by doing any coding or like return functions.
I know return. I know what return is.
What does return do?
Return like takes stuff that you want to return and brings it in.
Yeah, how does it bring it?
What do you mean how?
Like so how it brings it is if you have a function, you know this function get mouse pause.
Yeah.
Return is going to be set to whatever variable we have down here. So in this case, mouse pause is going to be set to event.client x minus that, and then event.client right. EVT, I doubt this is going to work. Client y minus rect dot top. Okay, let's see if this works. Now try it. Rect is not defined. Oh, because I named it msrect. 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 Save it. Now run it. Oh yes! Finally, we have mouse position. It's very laggy though. Why is the y a decimal? Wait, try going over here and see if we get like a low value. click and then move a little bit. Just the mouse itself. Wait, see, hover over a button to see if it's the web page is lagging. Oh no, it's not lagging. Good. The console is just lagging. Oh yes, yes.
Is this how laggy it's gonna be when you're drawing?
No. That's just the console being laggy. Okay. Now we are able to get the mouse position. It's stored in this list. This is a list right here. And it has the 0 index is this, is the X, the Y index is this, is the Y. No, the 1 index is the Y. So now, let's actually start drawing. Let's draw an arc where you put your mouse down.
Oh, I just take this.
This is, I'm going to see how you do this. I don't even know how we can do this. Don't make it a 30 radius arc, because that's like this big.
How big?
First uncomment it.
Oh, how do I do that?
You select it all. No, you just select it all and then do command right slash.
Wait, oh, you can do that?
Mm-hmm. You can go like comment, uncomment, comment, uncomment. Okay. But not 30. 30 is way too big. Do like 5 or 10. Okay.
The bigger it is, the less laggy it is.
Really? No, the more laggy.
No.
Why? No, bigger.
Because it has to render more circles.
Oh, true. No, it's the same amount of circles.
No, it's actually true.
No, it's the same amount of circles, no matter what. It draws a circle every time, so bigger is more laggy. Anyways, take all that and put it there. So now, challenge. Whenever, right here, you have to make it, instead of console.log in the mouse position, draw a circle at the mouse position. If you need help with list indexes, you can ask me, but first, do that.
I don't know, this seems like the most obvious thing, but...
Press this when you're ready to check your code. The circle's positioning is wrong. Press this to get help with list indexes.
I wish...
Check help. Mouse X is not defined. Mouse Y is not defined.
Wait, can I go into here?
No, just get out.
Look at how much it lags on
It loads. Check or help?
Help.
Do you need help? What do you need help with?
List index.
Okay, quick example. Here we have a list. Var my list.
Oh.
My list equals A and then B. That's my list. To get the first item of the list, we do var item 1 equals my list 0. It's confusing. 0 is this, 1 is this. And then var item 2 equals my list 1. Oh, not equals negative. var undethingy equals my list 2, because it doesn't exist. So this is the same if we have var mouse pause equals 23, 54, random mouse position. Then var mouse x equals mouse pause 0. Var mouse y equals mouse pause 1. That's how you do lists.
So this is a list.
Yeah. It has 2 values. The first value is the x, the second value is the y.
Okay, so after this...
Mosx. Very good name. Undefined.
No.
You are defining mouse X in the wrong place. Where you need to define it is after you get the mouse position. Wrong place. First, think. Where do you want to get mouse X and mouse Y?
Here.
Before the arc, because you need to use it in the arc. Before the arc, but after you get the mouse position. No, why are you putting it in random places? It goes here. You don't even need mouse X and mouse Y.
What is mouse? Mouse.
You have to figure that out.
How do I find the window? Then? What is the name of this list? Is it?
It's mouse pause.
Started streaming.
How?
Oh, I understand. We keep on pressing the button. These 2 buttons are stop streaming.
Oh! Oh, the whole time you were doing it. Wait, is cyan the same color you had in the other app?
Yeah.
Oh. Let's try this battery. Please work. Otherwise I have to take you out, and it's very hard to take you out.
Is it an off to come off? No, you put the battery in backwards.
Did I? No, I didn't. No, I don't think I did. But it's a laser mouse, I believe. We have to get a new battery. Just so that you don't have a weird trackpad. Don't hack any wood boards.
Guys, just remember, respect the saw, okay? Never forget to respect the saw. See, saw in chat if you want $100. Oh, come on! Nobody's in chat. Stop! Yes!
Wait, what? You little!
What?
Wait, why am I controlling this?
Who are you for? Who's controlling this?
Wait, what? Well, I just closed something. What? This makes no sense.
Wrong chair?
No, that's the right chair.
How do you know it?
Pizza is annoyingly fickle about being warmed up again and again. I already warmed it up. It's out and it's cooling right
We're
Okay, I'm
almost